Hello, everyone. Today I'm here with Dr. Harmesh Kumar. My name is Jennifer Niemeyer, and I'm learning a lot about Dr. Kumar, who is running for U.S. Senate. Very excited for that. I have the pleasure of interviewing him today because we have commonality, because I have a family member who has some mental disabilities, and your background is in all of that for 40, almost 40 years as a licensed clinical neuropsychologist. And with that, you've had a lot to do with assisted living, helping people who have disabilities, along with all of your extensive community involvement. So I'm really excited to get to know you more and all of the things that you have looking forward running for U.S. Senate. Wanted to just start off with a quick little interview. I think we'll do a lot more of these and get to know you a lot better as a candidate. Going forward, if we want to start off today with just what is the reason that you wanted to run for U.S. Senate, knowing that you're very, very busy doing all of your clinical psychology and all of the community involvement that you do. What's your passion to run for U.S. Senate now?
Yeah. No, thank you, Jennifer. Being in the mental health field, I see a lot of suffering which is invisible, which is hidden, and people don't talk about their personal experiences. And the system we have, it doesn't bring that suffering to the forefront. All our elected leaders, when I was a commissioner for 10 years with the city of Concord, there was people crying in the city council meetings, ordinary people. And some of the council members I heard, some of the leaders I heard saying, don't black me with your emotions. And when I heard those kind of things, something happens inside. That they are not crying to show you off. They are not acting there. They are real people and they need real help. As you talked to me about your sister, that she has TBI and there is no help for them.
Correct.
And I have seen hundreds and thousands of people during my 40 years career in mental health. Where I did my doctorate from India, from PGI Chandigarh. That hospital was built for 500 people. And when I was there, every day we have 5,000 people.
Incredible.
And now my brother, he's an assistant professor there in NT. He tells me that now the hospital is built for 1,000 people, and every day they have 55,000 people in the OPD alone. And we're creating these suffering models for community to look at, and then we tell them, look, you are suffering, and we are the only messiah for you. We are the only saviors for you because you elected us. And then they throw the ball on the left side and they rob you from the right side.
Correct.
So that's why I wanted to run, that I really wanted to. We have great leaders in California. We have great governor in California. He's doing a lot of good stuff. We have great leader, Dianne Feinstein, our current senator. She has done a great work in the for the Californians, and Barbara Boxer, and now Alex Padilla. He's doing a great work. And the people who are running from the Democrat Party, Adam Schiff, Katie Porter, Miss Barbara Lee, they are all good people. They have much more political capital and experience than I do, but none of them have the capital experience of humanity which I have.
Absolutely.
So none of them have seen the suffering from close range, which I have seen. Now I work in the California prison system with California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. And I work with people, those who have nothing. They are just in the prison for many, many years. And when I serve those people without expecting anything from them, and I see how they become better with my 30 days intervention, it gives me much more capital, emotional capital. I could sleep very well at night. So when you work for humanity and when you take care of people suffering and you try to put some balm on them, it gives you a different meaning in life. So that's why I'm running for the state of California Senate, US Senate, because I think I don't have the kind of capital most of these candidates have, but I have the capital of the people, their emotional investment in the well-being of every human being I have encountered, and they want me to run, and I'm so grateful to them. As I said, I was 10-year commissioner with the city of Concord. I ran for mayor. I was 200 votes short of winning, and then many people call me, those who are around me, very delusional. My neighbor today morning, she called me that, Harmesh, you are absent husband. My wife didn't tell me that, but this neighbor tell me that I'm absent husband. So when you have to do community work, you have to get invested in the well-being of every human being, not only for immediate family you belong to. And they are there. I will help them to the core of my abilities when they need me. But when they are functional, when they're doing everything they within their own means, and I provide them the shelter, the whatever food they need. And now it's my time to go for extended family, and all humanities are extended family. That's why I'm running.
I think that's fabulous. I can't wait to get to know you more over the course until March 2024 when the election is. But it's exciting to get it off and running and get your name out there and get everyone to know your passion and to learn more about you and what all that you can do for every human in the United States at this point, which having a mental health background is incredible, which is not what other candidates have. So it's very exciting to see your view on your perspective for that. In one of your stories, I was reading that you are not the usual U.S. candidate. And so over the next months, I think it'll be fun to dive into that and learn a little bit more. And we'll take piece by piece and just kind of delve into it. And because you've got a lot of interesting mental health, education, immigration, things on your platform that you're very passionate about.
So let's start with mental health. As you know, our media and all the leaders are talking about mental health, mental health, mental health. When the gun violence happens, mass shooting happens, they talk about mental health, mental health, mental health. Mass shooting, we all know, doesn't happen because of mental health illness alone. There are systematic issues. All over the world, in European countries, in third world countries, in African countries. I was in Dubai last month. All the streets are so clean. You could eat your food picking up from the street. And there is not even a single police officer you see on the street. Not even a single crime you see on the street. And people keep their gold jewelry shop open, even at night, and no crime. I was wondering,
how does that happen?
how that happened. We live in one of the freest country in the world, and every day you see the crime going up, even though the incidents are going down. But in the visual arena in our living rooms, through the TV screens, we get every day somebody being killed, somebody being robbed, somebody being dying on the street. So I was wondering, if these little countries can do it, those who don't have the funds like we do, if we could spend $1 trillion on killing machines, why can't we keep our community safe at the local level? So mental health and homelessness, they are the number one priority right now in California. Not only in California, in the whole nation. People are crying for help. And our current leadership from both parties, even though I'm a Democrat, I'm running on a Democrat ticket, but from both parties, we are being divided based on some specific issues. Now we're talking about in Democrat Party and Republican, they are talking about abortion. Unconsciously, we know that topic is very inhumane. and the younger generation and young girls and young women, they don't even think what they're doing. And after 30 years, I have one of my patients, quite a few patients, but one of my patients told me that, doc, I have my first abortion when I was 19-year-old, and I was a student in UC Berkeley, and I still miss that child.
Hmm.
I cannot forget that child, and I grieve that loss every day during my whole life. Now she's almost 70-year-old woman. So we need to bring those aspects also to the forefront when we talk about these issues. They only create mob. I gave the example somewhere I was talking a few weeks back that when Saddam Hussein's statue was being toppled down with help from American forces, where we went on false pretext and we killed millions of people and made them homeless. And we spent almost $4 or $5 trillion accomplishing nothing for 20 years. And I was talking when the statue was being pulled down and people were cheering. And now you ask those people, what happened? And they're all crying. And that's the after effects, hypnotic effect this media creates for all of us. And we are being led by this mob. The social media created that mob mentality. And when everything is done and said and done, we are same bankrupt emotionally. As you said about your sister, she fall through the crack. There is no help available.
Yeah, correct.
And our seniors are being warehoused. And all these private insurance companies are doing nothing for them. Then Medicare comes, and Medicare and Medi-Cal. In California, we call it Medi-Cal. Then taxpayers' money has to go to them. We are being robbed left and right by the so-called political mafia in collaboration with this corporate mafia, and people are suffering. So we need to do something about that. I'm very passionate about this. Sometimes I get very emotional talking about these issues, but that's what it is.
That's exciting. That's what's good about this. This is what's going to be really fun to watch you through the process. So you have a take on education and immigration. Do you want to touch a little bit on either one of those?
And you see how we're treating the human beings at the border. Both the parties. Our President Donald Trump, he want to make a wall so that people don't see through our border. And President Biden initially said we're against the war, and now we feel so overwhelmed by the number of people, those who want to cross into our country. And we need to have some sensible, common sense approaches to the immigration policy. And there are many people in the agricultural field. We need a lot of workers. We need to create some work permit for them, so that they could come for 6 months when we need them and then could go back. And they are our neighbors. And you see the difference across, you go to San Diego and you cross the border into Mexico, and you see that how a third world country we have created our neighbor. And then we focus more on drugs, that they bring more drugs. They don't bring drugs unless we have some vested interest. An ordinary person like you and me, I cannot bring multi-million-dollar drug across the border.
No.
I don't even have time to sit with my family.
Now a lot less time.
That's what I'm saying. So they are bringing all these issues which are created by them. Like we see this leak recently.
Yeah.
And we are talking about that we have such a collaboration with the international community, and our diplomats are working day and night. And then we find out how we're kind of talking about them very disrespectful way. And we need to be really creating some humanitarian diplomatic ties with the people, not based on oil, not based on gas, not based on money alone. And when you have people to people talk, you don't have to even ask for anything. People give you everything. And that's the environment we need to create. And immigration policy, we need to create it more humane policy. And we have so many brains. America is one of the best country to live in. But our leaders are failing in this. Everybody's kicking the can after 4 years of election. Every president, I thought Obama, I was devotee of Obama when he became the president.
Mhm.
I thought he's going to change the system. He had the White House, he had the Congress. He could have done something for the immigration policies. He didn't. He just created this dream to look at for dreamers. And everybody's suffering. Even though he was our leader and I respect him, but why couldn't they finish this job? So that's what boggles me and puzzles me, that why we need to perpetuate people suffering. And we know that people get anxious when they are worrying about something. Parents are worrying about their children if they're going to come alive from their school.
Yeah.
With these all school killings. People are worrying if I'm going to keep my job tomorrow, because we're giving all the know-how to this corporation, and now we're working on artificial intelligence.
Correct.
And everything is being done by artificial intelligence. Then what's going to be with you and me? Human beings are made obsolete with the current system we have. And we need to really have somebody who could connect the dots. And I think I could connect the dots.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
What about a little bit about what your thoughts are on education and where we're at and where you would like to go?
Yeah, let me tell you about education. When I was studying in India, I didn't have to pay any fee for higher education. India being the poorest of the poor country at that time, the education was free. We didn't have big white elephants building like we create here.
Yeah.
And then you have to maintain them, because I owned quite a big homes and I couldn't clean them. My wife said, I can't clean it. So I had to sell those things and live in a cubicle because she could clean that. And now Indian education system has changed because all these American corporations have gone there. Now I was talking to my sister day before yesterday, and she told me that she paid 1.6 million rupees for her daughter. She's in second year medical school. 1.6 million rupees for 1 year fee. And I paid nothing. I did my doctorate. In India, if you are really good at study at that time, the government will keep promoting you and you keep going up and up and up step by step. If you are invested in it, if you are not invested in it, then you fall apart and you do whatever you want to do. But if you want to go in education, the education was free. I did my doctorate in clinical neuropsych. It was all free. And now here, California used to be number one in education system. And now look at us. We're at the bottom. So we are not investing. The investment we do in education, it has become so politically charged department. And everybody is trying to find fault with each other. I'll give you an example. When I was a kid, we used to read this story in our textbook during school time. There were the 2 cats and 1 monkey. And then this one cat found this piece of bread. And then the other cat said, okay, let's share this 50-50. And one cat tore the bread piece into 2 pieces. And the other cat said, no, your piece is a little bit bigger. And then monkey comes by, which is our political system nowadays. And monkey said, I could decide for you. I could make equal thing for you. So the cat said, okay, take this piece of bread and divide it 50-50. So he said, which piece is bigger? And the one cat said, oh, this piece is bigger. He eat that portion. And then the other said, no, this has become bigger. Then he eat that portion. Whole bread is gone and they kept fighting. That's what is happening with us. We're fighting like cats and monkeys are enjoying life. So we need to do something that we don't create this kind of experience for all of us, and education system is the key. Why do we need to hire and bring H-1B visa from other parts of the world? Because we're not creating our own people. And I want to create my own people here. I'm not going to go anywhere. My daughter is born here. She's going to stay here. She's not going anywhere. So we need to have an education system which works for people. If we need to put vocational schools in the community colleges, let's do that. Our leaders have taken away all the manufacturing jobs to China. And now Biden government and before that Trump government, they were trying to talk that we need to bring manufacturing here. Now they're talking about bringing manufacturing. Why the hell you let it go first place? So this is the hypnotic kind of effect of these leadership policies we have. And people, those who are in the process, they don't know. And the education system is so discriminatory right now in California. That's only work for the rich people. And you see all the elected leaders, especially from cities in the Bay Area. I'm looking at the Bay Area. We got our first Laotian woman, and she was homeless once upon a time, and she became the mayor of Oakland. And Asha Wahab, she's one of our senator from Hayward area here. And she was also coming from the foster care home, Afghani woman. Individual thing.
That's
And our education system can do that. We need to create a wisdom-based education system where we teach them the social skills, personal skills, work skills, vocational skills, not only bookish knowledge. And bookish knowledge, all of us know. Did you read the books today and you forget it tomorrow? But your experiential learning, it stays with you forever. I'm into mental health. I see it every day.
Absolutely.
So that's the education system I want to create.
Well, this
But
is
thank you.
wonderful. Yeah, thank you for talking to us today. It's very exciting. I look forward to doing some more of these. I am not in any way a professional interviewer or anything like that, but I do have the same passion for people with mental and or just disabilities in general. And I think that's just a missing piece that people just push aside. So
Yeah.
I appreciate your years of experience in that field and all the things that you look forward to doing for the government. If anyone wants to get a hold of you,
Yeah.
where do they reach you?
No, we have
Your
a website. Yeah, maybe you could.
www.drkumar4senate.com. Dr. DRKUMAR, the number 4 Senate.com. And that's the